I would now like to invite Vaijanti K to share the highlights of the GP contest report. Vaijanti is the Director of Research, Resource and Evaluation at Akshara. She is a trained economist who has worked in the health sector and decentralization prior to venturing into education. She has worked extensively on issues ranging from early childhood education to school education in the Indian context. Vaijanti has anchored large-scale assessments like ASSER for several years. She's part of the designing curriculum. She's part of the team that designs curriculum framework for ECC in Karnataka. She's also been part of several committees set up by the government on ECC, elementary education, and human development.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ. 25 ವರ್ಷದ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿ ಹಬ್ಬ ಈ ಎಲ್ರದ್ದು ಮೆಮ್ರಿ ಲೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಏನೇನಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನಗೂ ನಾನು ಅಕ್ಷರ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದದ್ದು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಆಯಿತು. ಕಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟೌನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಆವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ವುಡ್ ಚಿಟ್ ಚಾಟ್, argue, fight, and still wanting to do certain good thing. In fact, I remember Rohini's, farewell in our Kasturi Nagar office. It was wonderful. And kind of dancing with Rekha in Mundarki in one of the board meeting, right? It was really, really wonderful. Of course, Madhukar, I knew him much before as well. And I was remembering Chiluku Palukalu, that first, games that we tried out to teach language for children. With that, let me just start with our, Gram Panchayat report ಈಗಿಂದು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿನ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 200 and odd big report. So I thought I'll just walk you through some of the highlights of the report. First thing is, it's a contest for students and test for the stakeholders. That has been our, motto. I mean, students should enjoy the contest, should write their test, but it is actually just a contest and for all other stakeholders. It could be the education department, the teachers, the other NGOs, the parents, SDMCs, for everybody. It is a test. That is how we started. In fact, we piloted this in 2016. My colleague Shankar is somewhere here. And when we started, we just thought, let's try out during summer. We started in 217 Gram Panchayat those days, and we found quite interesting. Lot of things came out of it. And we thought, okay, why not kind of scale it up? Because Akshara is for scaling, right? So it's scale maduvaga. Now we also thought, can we just look at some of the policies around the country? We started with, Kothari Commission, 1964 also talks about community participation. Later, 1982-86 education policies. Later on, if you look at the 73rd, 74th constitutional amendment, which talk not just about community participation, also about the decentralization, which is the core of the entire, enabling the Gram Panchayats and so on and so forth. So we thought we need to do something about it. If you look at Right to Education, 2009, later on 2005, NCF also talks about it. Later on, the 2020, the recent education policy also talks about community participation in different shapes and modes. So that is how we started. When we talk about, next slide please. Yeah. When we talk about the Gram Panchayat, yes. Yeah. When we talk about the Gram Panchayat contest, we thought the math contest should be community driven. We were very, very, very particular about it. And then we thought the contest should be independently organized by the local community who can demonstrate their effectiveness in stimulating discussion. I think that stimulation of discussion was very critical for us, because we often see that Gram Panchayats are generally involved in things which are nothing related to education in particular, especially the quality education. We thought we need to do something around that. And our expertise has been in maths, we thought why not try it out in maths education. That is how we did. And if you look at some of the history in the public education in India in general and in Karnataka in particular, you see a lot of supply side factors. I mean, the government supplies the textbook, government supplies the teacher training and teacher learning aids or uniforms, midday meals, etc. Everything is on the supply side. But what do you do about the demand side? Unless the stakeholders demand for quality education, you will not be able to deliver quality education in school. That is how we started thinking about, can we activate the communities? It could be STMCs, it could be, GP members, or it could be any other larger community. Can we kind of, help them ask questions? That is how it all started. By the way, it does not just connect with the community, it's also linkages between the two line departments. You have RDPR, you have education department. As Mr. Baligar said, most of the things should be delivered through Gram Panchayat or the RDPR department, but we don't see enough convergence between these two line departments. We thought, can we do something about it? That is how it started. And of course, the feedback to stakeholders. That was also very, very critical, we thought. And some of the distinctive features of our Gram Panchayat math contest are, one is the transparency. We thought we need to have transparent approach, and it should also kind of have fun element in that. Because children from all the schools would gather at one Gram Panchayat, will have fun rather. We have seen it everywhere. Children generally don't think that they are taking a test. They would come, talk to each other, have fun, and then get into assessment. So that is what we thought. And the local involvement entirely managed by education volunteers. Ashok did mention about how many education volunteers have been involved from post-COVID to now. I mean, the number has been increasing day by day. I'm very happy to say so. In fact, the alumnus of the school is becoming education volunteers, and we also have Gram Panchayat level team leaders. We kind of made it more structured process so that it could be replicated elsewhere, and there is a standardization across. That was other thing. And the objective evaluation, because if you have had chance to look at the Gram Panchayat contest, we would make all the teachers and the HMs to sit around where children are taking the test. They are not involved to get into the test, place. In the sense, you follow some kind of a test condition, but make sure that nobody influenced them. That is the, so that it is very objective. The evaluation becomes very objective. And fifth, recognition, in the sense within 3 hours of the whole thing, event, we would also recognize the top 3 prize holders. It would be distributed and so on and so forth, so that, it creates kind of an excitement. Children would be waiting. Will I get a prize is the thing, right? Will I get a certificate? In fact, HMs and teachers also would be waiting, saying that, oh, my children have done well, so can I get a prize, right? And then community-driven funding, as Ashok said, to the tune of 7 crores, we have been able to galvanize around 12 to 15,000, entirely done without kind of a, some of them have been cash, some of them have been in kind, but there is no money transaction between human beings. If somebody is giving a prize money, it would be in a check. So that there is a lot of transparency in the whole system. And nobody would say that so-and-so has taken so much money. Sir was talking about corruption and things like that. So we were very mindful of that. We didn't want any such thing happening anywhere. And then the reward system is to kind of acknowledge the academic excellence. We would give a certification, and the top 9 scorers would get a certification as well as the prize money. In fact, some of them would be felicitated today. And impressive participation, I must say, you should come and see. It is just like mini Kumbh Mela. It's beautiful, all children, parents, SDMCs, everybody would come in and kind of, spend their whole day thinking about quality education, which is very, very critical. And lastly, this year, what we thought that is not sufficient. We have been releasing the reports at the state level. Can we do something at the district level? Can we kind of release a report at the district level so that, people would start thinking about the entire math education and the strategies and the planning immediately after the contest so that there is no time lag. Now, coming to methodological insight, we thought of designing the question paper, which is kind of competency-based question papers. We thought, yes, we may be capable of designing them, but how about inviting the DIETs, for example, which are Department of Education, who delivers quality education, who support quality education with the line department. We thought, let's involve them. In fact, some of them are here because they would know what children had learned in previous year, and so that nobody would, the teacher, it would help the teacher basically, so that she can plan for her class. Second thing is a grade appropriation. The assessment we thought, instead of just focusing on some foundational competencies, we thought, can we think about having a grade appropriate test? But the test have to be on the competencies that children have acquired in the previous grades. That we were very clear about it because the contest might start in September. The teacher might not have covered the syllabus. So we thought, if grade 4 child has taken the assessment in September, she should have learned everything what was taught in grade 3. So we were very clear about that. And the local expertise, we would send out the key answers from here, but the education volunteers would basically sit and kind of, evaluate that so that all the question papers are evaluated then and there on that particular day. And this is what are the key features of the survey. We have around 35 educational districts in Karnataka, out of which we could cover 28. Some of the coastal Karnataka, blocks, districts we have not covered. Relatively, we were mindful also. Typically, the learning outcomes are pretty good over there. And some we couldn't do because of logistical reasons. And this is a census survey. It is not sample-based survey. We wanted all children of grade 4, 5, and 6 to take the assessment. We were very clear about it. And only government schools, right, at the Gram Panchayat. And who were part of it? All the government schools, grade 4, 5, and 6 children of each school, all participants were assessed, and process has remained more or less same across the years so that you get time series data. We were constantly worried about what kind of data you get. Can you make sense of this data, right? So you get that data as well. And what did we assess? Assessed, as I said earlier, grade appropriate pen paper test, and based on previous year's competencies. This year, especially, DIET Dharwad and Mysore, we are thankful to them. They were part of this whole process of creating question papers. By the way, we would not create one question paper. We would create a variance of 4. So that even if 2 grade 4 children are sitting next to each other, they'll get different question papers, right? It is just like any public exams. And this year's coverage has been, as I said, 28 districts, 4,890. We have around 5,500 or 5,900 Gram Panchayats in Karnataka. Around 80% of the 80 to 85% of the GPs have been covered this year. And we have covered around 26,000 schools, and students assessed are nearly 6 lakh children in this year. And education volunteers, this is really, really interesting. 28,000, more than 28,000, we could kind of, get these people on ground and help us with that. And team leaders, around 8,377. Now coming to this year's report and what have been the evidence. If you look at grade 4 results, Ballari to Tumkuru, you see the top performing districts have been Tumkuru 88%, followed by Belagavi again 88%, 88.5 and 88.3, some such figures we found, and then Chikmagaluru 85%. Lowest performing have been, unfortunately, Ballari, Vijayanagara and Chitradurga. So if you see the difference, 88 and 49, that is the kind of, regional differences we see in Karnataka. And coming to the competencies, addition, shapes and measurements have been easy competencies, whereas division, subtraction and place value have been difficult one for grade 4 children. By the way, all these competencies children would have learned in their previous grades. And if you, the kind of, if you see the figures here, 8 out of 20 questions children would have cracked, right? So therefore, compared to other surveys, you feel it is good, but it is not all that great, right? And this is about grade 5. Belgavi, Chikkaudi and Tumkuru have done well. And Ballari, Vijayanagara, Kalburgi again seems to be lagging behind. And so far as competencies are concerned, data handling, place value, numbers, and in fact, place value, we have been wondering again and again. I mean, I have many pedagogy friends here. I see them nodding. In all our other assessments also, we have been seeing that place value has been a difficult competency for children. If children have been good in place value, other operations would become much, much easier. Division, shapes, and multiplication, probably because of place value and numbers, and children are lagging behind in some of these competencies. Now coming to grade 6, again Belagavi, Tumkuru, Dharwad have been doing pretty well, and Ballari, Vijayanagara, Chitradurga again seems to be lagging behind. And so far as grade 6 competencies, well, children in grade 6 are doing pretty well in addition and shapes and place value. Look at 64% in addition. You still have another 36% of the children, need to reach to their previous grade appropriate level in addition, which is the basic competency you start from early childhood education as well, right? And tough competencies have been multiplication, division, and subtraction. Now we also looked at the divisional level, analysis. We try to do that. If you look at it, Bengaluru division, we have 4 divisions in Karnataka. From Bengaluru, we had 1,217 GPs participated, Belagavi 1,344, Mysore 1,203, and Kalburgi 1,1126. And, the schools also something like that. But the Kalburgi, if you see, 1,49,000 children have participated. Belagavi, of course, has been standing very well so far as participation is concerned. Our concern have been division level overall scores. We quickly looked at the overall scores across different competencies. Look at the, dip. The difference between Belagavi division and Kalburgi division, for example, it is quite huge, 20 to 25% dip in that. And then you see that there is there is also a decline in the grade level scores as well. And if you look at some of the highlights, the participation, as I said, Belagavi division has been doing pretty well. And lowest has been Kalburgi, unfortunately. And Belagavi division tops as compared to other divisions in the overall scores. And the difference, as I said earlier, 20 to 25% difference is there between Belagavi and Kalburgi, which is quite worrying, I must say. In fact, 2 weeks back, I was in Kalburgi. We did talk to Kalburgi division CPI over there and trying to say, can we do something about it? This is because this is a fresh data. They can kind of think about some planning and strategies around that. And Ballari has been, unfortunately, consistently lowest performing districts across all the grades, throughout. And then in contrast, Tumkuru and Belagavi are consistently doing well, right? And students across the grades find addition easy, while data handling, multiplication, and divisions are difficult competencies to track. Another noticeable decline in the students' proficiency both in multiplication and division, has been as they advance, go up the ladder of their grades, the scores are going down, which is again a worrying thing, right? I mean, if you see grade 4, 5, and 6, it has been 47% to 34%, 55% to 47% to 34%, which is again worrying thing. We need to do something about it. And so far as division is concerned, 44% to 38 and 36%. Only 36% of the children in grade 6 have been able to crack division. Uh, some of the takeaways have been, it has been an annual kind of, event these days, lot of festivities around that. But along with festivities, it has created a platform for dialogue and consensus building, as well as reflective practices, because all of us are there, teachers are there, GPs are there, parents are there, SDMCs are there. Can we reflect upon what has happened today, right? You can definitely do it within a matter of 15 days, you can plan something, etc. And it has enabled evidence-based decision making, which is very, very critical for this country. Without evidence, we can't be talking anything. So we thought that is very critical. We have evidence here, can you do something about it? And then healthy dialogue between stakeholders on learning outcomes, which historically I've been working in education sector since last 20, 25 years. I think this is, I'm proud to say, this is one amongst the first few efforts where some kind of dialoguing discussions happening around, learning outcomes. In participatory democracy, I think it is very, very critical. This is what is happening. And there are many, many human stories we have not been able to capture and, put it in the book. Is children who got the certificates, I have seen them personally, tucking them in their notebooks, right? And also, in Bidar, in one of the Gram Panchayat this year, children who came to their schools with a certificate, they were kind of welcomed with dolaks and drums, which was really, amazing. It was so nice, right? And, unfortunately, inadequate language proficiency, continues to be there. In fact, we have not shared the word problems here. If you look at the word problem, percentage of children cracking them is much, much lower, unfortunately. It is because of language, right? So we are also thinking, can we do something about language this year? It is not just about, in fact, Kanchan is here. We developed concept cards. If you recall Kanchan, I mean, we kind of looked at them, reviewed them. Chandrasekhar sir is there. And we were kind of, we wanted language and math go together. So that is how we created concept cards. And a colleague of mine tells me in one of the other NGO, Teach for India, a student using concept cards as beginning of, helping children learn concept, which is a great thing. I felt somewhere things are working, right? So that is again a great thing. And district level math symposium, I witnessed at least 3, 4 of them. They were fantastic, They, in fact, immediately after that, Government of Karnataka, as you know, PAB plannings were also happening. So they sat and they planned based on this data. They said, this is where children are lagging behind. Can we do something about it? That again was a great thing. And some of the STMC members said that it is not just, no, not STMC members, GP members saying that unless you approach us, we won't be able to help you. There is some 6% of our budget is dedicated for education. Why don't you guys sit with us, PDOs, for example, Panchayat Development Officers and the CRPs or the BRCs, sitting together and can think about, planning for that. Yeah, I'm done. Thank you, Ashok. And finally, I think it has created an great ecosystem to deliver it better. And media, of course, we must thank media, the local media. They brought out a lot of reports, and many guys said if their school, their GP could appear in their local newspaper, why not ours, right? It had a lot of demonstration effect as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaijanti, for sharing the key aspects of the report. A couple of strikingly exciting things for me is that one that we are really checking for children who have only got 8 out of 40 competencies correct, right? Really pass sorry, 8 out of 20. So pass percentage, really 40% of children. That's what we're looking at here. And how the entire universe of stakeholders have come together, from the supply side, the different government departments, the CEOs of the Zilla Panchayat, the DDPIs have, come in to give their permissions on a timely basis so that the Gram Panchayat contests are not delayed, and the participation of over 37,000 volunteers. I think it's massive and a great effort. Thank you. We'd now like to take a short tea break, a 15-minute short tea break. Come back at 12:30 for our next session.